Good evening, and thanks for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Brooke Buckner here with Nick Luttrell and meteorologist Simone Thomas. Now, Nick, I really hate to start off on a negative note. This is very unlike me, but we got to talk about those hogs in Texas. I know you were at the game. It was probably disappointing to see in person.
It was disappointing, but I mean, I wasn't that surprised, to be honest. I mean,
Heartbreak Hogs. Back at it again.
It's just how it is. It's always how it is against Texas A&M too, and it was tough. It was a cool experience for me personally to be there, but if you're a fan, you're ready for this game to be back at home next year.
Ready to see some winning happen. So we'll talk more about the Hogs coming up in sports, but they didn't win, but we did. This weekend was really pleasant, the fall weather.
It's definitely gay fall. Yeah. I think my only complaint, if I had to make one, was that we didn't have enough sunshine.
I'd agree with that.
We'll get to change that as we get into the work week. We'll see a little more sunshine, but all of the clouds and a little bit of rain was thanks to those remnants of Helene. And you see that area of low pressure kind of associated with those remnants still over that western Kentucky, western Tennessee border. As we move into the start of the week, that's actually going to start to push northeast, which is going to allow us to shake some of those clouds. We won't see much in the way of rain chances, more sunshine, temperatures on the rise as we head into the work week. So tomorrow morning, waking up in the middle to upper 60s, partly sunny skies. By lunchtime, looking to be in more of those upper 70s, looking to peak around those middle to lower 80s tomorrow. And across the state, that's the trend, lower to middle 80s from northeast to central Arkansas to southeast, middle to upper 80s, maybe even a few locations making a run at that 90-degree mark. I'll have a look at the week ahead coming up in your 7-day outlook, so stick around.
Now to a THV 11 update and a story we first brought you last night. A woman is now being charged with capital murder for her involvement in a deadly shooting that happened Saturday. 40-year-old Natasha Trupka was arrested earlier today. Officials were also able to locate a vehicle leaving the scene. The shooting happened at the intersection of 161 and Jamison. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And right now, a woman is currently being charged for second-degree murder. Conway police arrested Kylan Neal for allegedly having a connection to the death of Cameron Palmer. Officials are asking anyone who has information about this case to contact the Conway Police Department. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information. What comes to mind when you think of emotional support animals? Perhaps a dog or a cat, but it's not just the small ones that make a big difference. Tonight, THV 11's Maya Ellison shows us how one local ranch here in central Arkansas is taking a different approach.
The saying goes that the best therapist has fur and 4 legs. And no, it's not just a dog.
I found horses and dogs, but horses specifically to be innately healing. And you can see that like every day there's something here that, you know, is good for your body or good for your mind or good for your soul.
Improving your all-around mental health might look different for every individual. Some might even utilize service animals. But here at the Pine Hill Ranch, they take a different approach, utilizing things such as horses to take a balance on your physical and mental health. Healing Hooves is an equine therapy program that focuses on helping children and adults that live with everyday challenges or disabilities. Program Director Jennifer Sanderson says they work to provide team building, leadership coaching, and hippotherapy through a number of workshops and exercises.
Be on the horse anytime it's a workout. For the people that are less physically able or strong, then they're even finding more therapeutic benefits from that.
Each horse takes part in extensive training with therapist riders, utilizing tasks that target balance, core exercises, and stability to help with riders' physical and mental health.
We really focus on the loud sounds and getting the horses desensitized, like the crushing sounds of tarps when they walk over, and just kind of getting them relaxed so they're really good for the kids.
We have like big balls that we kind of roll around and just kind of like weird things that horses would find kind of scary because they like to be scared of everything.
Through each experience, there's a message that Healing Hooves wants everyone to know: the beauty of what a horse can teach.
We want to facilitate spaces and places that we can help people heal their body, mind, and soul with the assistance of horses.
In Little Rock, Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Maya. Pine Hill Ranch will host an open house on October 12th. Sanderson also says while the program is just getting started, they're hoping to explore more ways to help anyone with anxiety, autism, and more. To some consumer news now, mortgage rates continue to drop and are now at the lowest level in 2 years. The rate on a 30-year fixed loan is 6.08%, and a year ago it was 7.3%. Rates are expected to drop more now that the Federal Reserve is starting to cut its benchmark rate.
All of Hezbollah's leadership needs to be eliminated, just like all of its arsenal needs to be eliminated. Just like the United States needs to be much more forceful in attacking Iran's terror army in Yemen.
That was Arkansas's U.S. Senator Tom Cotton earlier today on Face the Nation. It comes after he was asked about the possibility of a ground invasion of Lebanon by Israel. Israel struck more targets in Lebanon earlier today, pressing Hezbollah with new attacks after killing the Iran-backed group's leader, along with a string of other leaders. Israel says he was responsible for terrorist attacks around the world. Tensions continue to rise on the Israel-Lebanon border. President Joe Biden was asked about a possible ground attack earlier this weekend.
Mr. President, is a ground incursion into Lebanon inevitable? Time for a ceasefire.
Israel's prime minister has rejected a ceasefire proposal, saying the work is not finished. Biden did say Israel has the right to defend itself. Communities across 5 states in the southern part of the U.S. are continuing their cleanup efforts following Hurricane Helene. At least 76 people have been confirmed dead from the storm. And as Christian Benavidez reports, the Carolinas are seeing unprecedented levels of damage, with authorities rushing to airlift supplies and restore communications.
The city of Asheville, North Carolina is underwater. Across the state, wrecked roads have isolated some communities where power, along with internet and cell phone service, is out.
Water is a big concern right now as well, and so we have sent bottled water in, but we also have the Army Corps of Engineers that's getting ready to start assessments today to see what we can do to help get those water systems back online quickly.
It's so difficult to reach some of the areas most impacted, the state is now airlifting supplies.
A number of mass feeding sites have been opened. Water, food, and other supplies are coming into Asheville, and they're also being airlifted from there to surrounding counties.
Supplies are running low in South Carolina, too, where long lines of cars are growing outside gas stations.
We've went through 9,000 gallons of gas since early this morning. We're out of ice, water, gas cans.
Tennessee and Georgia are cleaning up as well, where flash flooding led to a number of rescues, devastating communities. Parts of Florida recorded more than 15 feet of storm surge. Governor Ron DeSantis is touring some of the devastation. Rescue teams are also going door to door to ensure residents are safe. Christian Benavidez, CBS News.
And millions of Americans are dealing with the aftermath of flooding from the storm. FEMA is finding solutions to help you prepare for when heavy rain hits your area. It's recommended to seal any cracks in your walls and ceilings to prevent leaks, and try moving your major appliances off the ground. Make sure your gutters are clear so leaves and debris don't cause flooding, and install drain plugs to prevent sewer backups in your sinks and toilets. And still ahead, a local animal shelter struggling with too many animals and not enough workers. How the city is trying to keep the rescue open after their full-time employees left, coming up in 3 minutes.
After a cloudy weekend, we're starting to see some more sunshine on Monday as highs climb to the lower to middle 80s. Your 7-day outlook is coming up right after this break.